Have you ever felt like life doesn't quite make sense? That no matter how hard you try to find meaning, the universe remains indifferent? This feeling of disconnection, of a mismatch between our search for purpose and the chaos of the world, lies at the heart of absurdism. Absurdism is a philosophy that confronts one of the biggest challenges of human existence: the conflict between our deep desire for meaning and the universe's silence. Popularized by the French-Algerian philosopher and writer Albert Camus, absurdism doesn't just explore this tension, it offers a way to live within it. But what exactly is absurdism? How does it differ from related philosophies like existentialism or nihilism? And most importantly, how can it help us navigate the complexities of modern life? Let's explore its origins, key ideas, and practical insights for living in an absurd world. The roots of absurdism lie in existential thought. Philosophers like Søren Kierkegaard and Friedrich Nietzsche laid the groundwork for exploring questions about meaning, freedom, and the human condition. However, Albert Camus took these ideas in a unique direction. Born in 1913 in French-occupied Algeria, Camus grew up amid social and political tension, an environment that shaped his worldview. Camus introduced the concept of the absurd in his 1942 essay, The Myth of Sisyphus. For Camus, the absurd arises from the clash between two realities: our human desire to understand the world and the universe's inability to provide clear answers. He argued that life doesn't come with inherent meaning, and yet we can't help but search for it. This tension creates the absurd, a contradiction that is both unsettling and unavoidable. Camus illustrated this idea through the myth of Sisyphus, a figure from Greek mythology. Sisyphus is condemned by the gods to roll a boulder up a hill, only for it to roll back down each time he reaches the top. This endless, futile task is the perfect metaphor for the absurdity of human existence. But Camus' conclusion is surprising. Instead of despairing, we must imagine Sisyphus happy. Why? Because according to Camus, the meaning of life isn't something we find, it's something we create. This idea sets absurdism apart from both nihilism and existentialism. Unlike nihilism, which concludes that life's lack of inherent meaning leads to despair, absurdism embraces life as it is. And unlike existentialism, which often suggests we can impose meaning on the world, absurdism recognizes that the conflict between our search for meaning and the universe's indifference will always remain unresolved. For Camus, the key to navigating the absurd lies in three possible responses. Escape. Some people turn to religion, ideology, or other systems to impose meaning on life. Camus rejected this approach, viewing it as a form of philosophical suicide that avoids the reality of the absurd. Despair. Others succumb to hopelessness, abandoning the effort to live fully. Camus also rejected this, seeing it as a surrender to the absurd. Revolt. This is Camus' preferred response. Revolt doesn't mean rebellion against the universe. It means embracing life with all its contradictions. It means living fully, passionately, and authentically, even in the face of absurdity. But what does revolt look like in practice? For Camus, it means accepting the absurd without trying to resolve it. It means finding joy and meaning in the act of living itself, rather than searching for some ultimate purpose. As he wrote in The Myth of Sisyphus, the struggle itself is enough to fill a man's heart. Absurdism also challenges us to rethink how we define meaning and success. If life doesn't come with a preordained purpose, then we are free to create our own. This freedom can feel overwhelming, but it's also liberating. It allows us to focus on what truly matters to us, whether it's building relationships, pursuing creativity, or simply appreciating the beauty of the world. Absurdism has had a profound impact on art, literature, and culture. Camus's novels, such as The Stranger and the Plague, explore themes of alienation, morality, and human resilience. In these stories, characters confront the absurd in different ways, reflecting the complexities of living without certainty. Beyond Camus, absurdist ideas appear in works like Samuel Beckett's play Waiting for Godot, a masterpiece of absurdist theatre. In this play, two characters wait endlessly for someone who never arrives, a poignant exploration of life's unpredictability and futility. Absurdism's influence can also be seen in contemporary culture, from the existential humor of BoJack Horseman to the dark realism of Breaking Bad. But how can absurdism help us in our own lives? Here are a few practical insights. 1. Embrace the present moment. The absurd reminds us that life is fleeting and unpredictable. Instead of fixating on the future or the past, absurdism encourages us to savor the here and now. Whether it's enjoying a meal, spending time with loved ones, or marveling at nature, finding joy in the present is a powerful way to navigate the absurd. 2. Focus on the journey, not the destination. Just like Sisyphus rolling his boulder, life is about the process, not the outcome. Absurdism teaches us to find fulfillment in the act of living itself, rather than in achieving specific goals. 3. Accept life's contradictions. The absurd isn't something to be solved, it's something to be embraced. Absurdism encourages us to live with curiosity and openness, even in the face of uncertainty. Instead of seeking definitive answers, we can explore life's questions with wonder and creativity. 4. Create your own meaning. If life has no inherent purpose, then we have the freedom to define our own. Absurdism challenges us to ask, what brings me joy? What do I value? By answering these questions, we can craft a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. Of course, living with the absurd isn't easy. It requires courage to confront life's uncertainties and a willingness to embrace its contradictions. But it also offers a kind of freedom, a way to live fully and authentically, guided by our own values rather than external expectations. In a world where certainty is often elusive, absurdism provides a refreshing perspective. It reminds us that life doesn't need to make sense to be worth living. Instead of searching for meaning, we can focus on living passionately, creating beauty, and finding joy in the everyday. As Camus famously wrote, "In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer." Even in the face of absurdity, we have the capacity for hope, resilience, and wonder. So, what do you think? How do you navigate life's uncertainties? Is absurdism a philosophy that resonates with you, or do you approach the search for meaning in a different way? Let us know your thoughts, and let's continue the conversation.